Okay, so boom. Part 8 of being in the cell with a blind perv. So when I pulled the door up, he talking about what you got going on, said, look, check this out. Let me explain something to you, my guy. You must have thought just because I got off the train yesterday, I ain't been doing time. I've been gone 8.5. You understand me? What you ain't gonna do is disrespect me as a grown man and try to get me to accept you gonna jack off while I'm in the cell. You understand me? He started laughing. Oh, that's real, said. I ain't gonna do that. That's real. You real. I popped the door for him. Let him on out. Here, you leave. So check this out. I'm going to visit this weekend. I done lost my ID. Like, man, I can't find my ID. They ain't gonna let me go to visit without him. I said to tell him, go tell them to print you off a paper one. So I go get it. I go down to visit. I come back from visit, right? My celly's sitting on the bunk listening to TV. I lay down. He say, Sally, you ain't lose your ID. I said, I did lose it. I can't find it. He get up and say, nah, it's right here. Raise up out the bunk instantly. He reaching on my shelf, the top shelf. He slide his hands up under my pants. The whole time I'm thinking, should I go on and join him? He say, here you go, right? Okay, so boom.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
So Storm Chasers today, I got Mr. Joe Baker III. All right, this is a man who has given his life over to God. He spent 10 years in prison. At one point was in there with his biological father and his brother. Okay, he's now an author, and I refer to the man as a TikTok comedian because that's how I found him. He's funny as shit. So, Mr. Joe Baker, welcome, man, to the show.
Man, okay, so boom, man. Hey, I appreciate you. First and foremost, I gotta say I appreciate you for reaching out, man. You know, it's been a lot of people that's done reached out, you know what I'm saying? But very few done follow through, so I gotta salute you for that. I commend you. I appreciate that.
All right, man. So from what I've been researching, you were actually born in Clarksville, Tennessee, right?
Right. Yeah, I was born in Clarksville, Tennessee. Actually, it was supposed to be Kentucky because my daddy, you know what I'm saying, was in, you know what I'm saying, in the service. But they consider it was supposed to be Fort Campbell, Kentucky, but they consider it because I was born, I guess the hospital was in, I don't know, on the line. They say Clarksville, Tennessee. You get Clarksville, Tennessee.
Okay, bet. So you was born in Clarksville, and man, throughout your life, you have like been through a lot. So I guess what the people really want to know is, how did you go from, you know, being a Tennessee boy to going to prison for 10 years?
Man, I've done asked myself this a million times. I still can't go back and figure out where I got off track like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Other than I really wasn't even raised like, you know, real messed up environment. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, my mama was decent. I think as a parent, you know, they kind of figuring out as they go. You know what I'm saying? My mom was a disciplinary. We got whoopings. You know what I'm saying? She stayed on top of us, but for some reason, you know what I'm saying? I was the one, the hard head was going to continue to make a soft tail. I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. So by the time we left Clarksville, my mama started dating one of the, I'm talking about, when I say one of the biggest, he was one of the biggest dope boys that was in Springfield, Tennessee. So when we got down there, being young, you know, we're not doing that. The only thing we know is when Christmas hit, birthdays hit, you know what I'm saying? We got everything. You know, we riding Benz, we got nice things, nice clothes, we got everything. But to me, that was the beginning of, you know, becoming a product of my environment. That's where it started, because the house we moved in, after we was there for just a short period of time, the house started getting broken into. I come home from school, you know, when the door would be kicked in, and I'd be like, what is this? You know, go in and see somebody done ramshacked the house. And as you get older, you start to hear certain things, and then you're like, oh, that's the dope man. They were trying to get it. They kicked in the door, trying to find it, ramshacked. And then, you know, your man started putting two and two together. Oh, that's how we got all the 5-speed, the 6-speed, the Jordans, the Polos, the you know, the Ralph Lauren, you know, then I started putting everything together. But to me, that's kind of how it all started, you know, figuring out who my sister daddy was, and then eventually learning about why my daddy got locked up, you know what I'm saying? And learning why my daddy got locked up, you know, for some reason at a young age, you kind of gravitate want to gravitate towards that lifestyle more than what everybody really trying to tell you. So that's really how it started.
I feel you, because I can just only imagine, like, you got everything you want and people telling you like, nah, you need to study and go to school. And it's like, why would I do that? Like, why would I do that? So what actually, like, because I know your dad got locked up. Your dad got sentenced to what, 70 years or 80?
No, that's my uncle. That's my daddy brother got 75 years. My daddy got 2 life sentences. And yeah, I actually just got the phone with him. I told him I'm going to do this interview. He had to get out. But yeah, my daddy got 2 life sentences. I didn't find out how much time he got to later on in life. All I know is daddy got a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? And then we used to go see him every now and then when I was a kid. I can barely even remember. You know what I'm saying? But I knew even when I used to go in there, people would, anytime we went to see my dad, them dudes would just come to the table and they treated my dad with a certain level of respect. If you watch my movies, that's the feel they get. They would always come over and your dad is such and such, and your dad is such and such. And as a kid, they thinking, oh, we gonna take them to the prison and they not gonna want to come here. But from what we were seeing, it was like, you know, daddy a kingpin in here. This, you know what I'm saying? So that didn't work. That didn't help. That didn't help nothing.
Damn. Okay, so basically your daddy was like, do they call him like made men? Like he was in the penitentiary with the position that he had and what he was affiliated in. They called it a 9-trade, but he was over the organization at the time. So he was the big man on the totem pole. He was that, you know what I'm saying? And he could make calls from in there to out, you know, anywhere. So my dad he was that. So yeah. Damn. All right. Damn. Okay. So tell us, break it down to us. Did you first get in trouble? Was it junior high or was it high school for you?
Man, that was the first time I got locked up was junior high. I was in middle school. The first time I got locked up, I remember like yesterday. I was in 8th grade, we was getting ready to grad. Well, we was leaving the 8th grade, finna go to high school as a freshman. And the only reason I remember it is because I got locked up a few days before the last day of 8th grade when they was having this big celebration. And I was on my way to junior. Yeah, for the first time I got locked up, I did 5 months and 5 days. I had an aggravated burglary and a theft over $1,000. Me, one of my cousins, and one of my homeboys. My cousin, he used to be in and out of trouble before, you know, any of us. He was we call him crime boss. But the people that he was staying with, that was his name in 1314, Little Crime Boss. So I'm not knowing he done ran away from he was in what they call foster care. He done ran away from foster care. We not knowing. He coming to kicking with us. And he telling us he know what his money is. Come to find out, the people where he stayed, they always put the Christmas money in a certain spot around Christmas time when they get ready to go do their shopping. And he knew. So he come and tell us about the money, how much it might be. We go over there. We think we finna go over here and probably, you know, go in and get the money. It wasn't easy like we thought. This is the first time I'm really finna get into some real trouble. So we get over there. We gotta bust out these people's window, jump in the window, go upstairs, go through what we go through. But we found $1,500, you know, at that age,
which was a lot of money at that age.
At 15 years old, you know, $1,500, you know what I'm saying? And then it was in 20s and 10s, and it looked like little money they just, you know, so it was a big one. It was a big chunk. It was a big chunk. So we ended up splitting that, but they knew it was him because they figured he was the only foster care child they had. They could have knew that. So they went straight to him. They called him. He told me anything. Next thing you know, police knocking on my door, asking, can they speak to my mom? They showed me a picture of him. He got the clothes that we don't went and bought because we went on a little shopping spree. He got his legs kicked up on the detective table. They done took pictures of the Reeboks he got on that we done bought me. They were like, oh yeah, he already done told us everything. So that was the first time I got locked up. I went in, like I said, I went in for 5 months, 5 days. When I tell you I was terrified, I was terrified. You know what I'm saying? I was a street dude. I figured out I was kind of a street dude at the time, but even when you going in to these unfamiliar places, you know what I'm saying, you got to develop a whole nother level of street, a whole nother level of, you know what I'm saying, being hard, being tough, because these people in here, you know what I'm saying. But me, I walk in with the mindset of, they had to come in here for their first time too. They felt everything I'm feeling. They adjusted the same way I'm gonna adjust. So I came in and, you know, adjust real quick, get with it. But you got to get with it because they gonna try you soon as you walk through the door. What kind of shoes them is you got on? What size is them? You know?
Oh shit! I wanted to ask you that too, man, because I'm a soft nigga. I got bad allergies. I can't go to gym. Like it just ain't for it ain't for me. You know, I'm a ticklish kind of dude. That ain't gonna work. So I stay on the straight and narrow. But I always wondered, like, when you first go in, are they trying you just to try to like steal some up off of you? Do they try to fight you? They trying to like fuck you? Like which one coming first?
It could be all three of them in one.
Oh shit.
But look, and that's juvie. That's juvie. You'd be surprised. Juvie, younger dudes are more aggressive on people who first come in, probably than jail and prison. You know, because these younger dudes feel like they still trying to get street credibility. They still worried about strikes. They still trying to be tough guy in the unit. I run the unit. You know, they on a whole nother level of manipulation and trying to show that they tough in here. So when you walk through the door, man, listen, when I walk through the door, anywhere I went to a juvenile, the first thing what that is, homie, I'm thinking, hold on, y'all 13, 14, 15 years old. Y'all act like y'all done came up here from Cali or something. Then they throwing up games. Hey, what that is, homie? Man, look, but see, coming from a small town where I'm from, this was crazy. That stuff wasn't down there where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? That being affiliated, being in gangs or organizations, you know, we only heard about that stuff on TV. So me being one of the first people in my, you know what I'm saying, generation, being in and out and stuff, I kind of started bringing that home because that wasn't down there. That was, you know, so when I walk in, man, what that is. And then going back to my daddy, like that's how I found out what he was, because he had a pitchfork burnt in between his thumb and his index finger. He had a pitchfork.
Okay.
And so when I started going to juvie, I seen dudes throwing it up all the time. And then by the time I heard them saying what that was, I put two and two together. I'm like, oh, that's what Pops is. That's how he got all the status. That's what, you know what? That's what I'm going to be. So by the time I'm coming in and out of juvie, you know what I'm saying? I started saying it before you know it. It took a ripple effect on, you know what I'm saying, my neighborhood and stuff. But yeah, the first time I got locked up, I did 5 months, 5 days. I came home repping GD, you know what I'm saying? And then I stayed out maybe about 7 or 8 months. I went right back in for stealing cars. Me and one of my homeboys started stealing cars, got caught. Well, he got caught. He went down there again, told them folks what was going on. Next thing you know, they had my mama go again. Me, I'm everything. I don't know nothing about that. You know, my mama take me down there, try to make me make a mistake. I'm running. You know, eventually I ended up getting locked up. And then the third time I went in, I did a year on the nose. I went in, I think it was 2005. I got out. I went in November 16, 2005, got out November 16, 2006 on attempted murder. I shot a dude 3 times with an AK-47. Damn. Yeah. And real quick, Storm, man, this was because I know you gonna go in the book and stuff like that. This what I really want a lot of people to pay attention to when it comes to the book. Everything you read on up into when I go to jail, when I go to prison, all of this stuff that happened in the book happened probably within a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? When I talk about how many women I slept with, all of these shootings, all of these robberies, all the dope, this happened within about an 18-month period, because I started the book, of course, about my childhood, but it kind of progressed pretty quick on up into when I first started getting locked up, which around 14, 15. Around 14, 15, I get out, stay out a couple of months, go back in, 16, 17, stay in. I stayed in 10 months. I get out a couple of months, go back in, and go back in on the attempted murder case. On the attempted murder case, I get out. I go in, I think it was 2005, November 16. I go back in, I get out, November 16, 2006. I catch the murder case. The murder, kidnapping, and robbery happened 2007, June 14th. I got arrested July the 27th. So if you add up just them little spurts that I was getting out as a juvie, everything in this book, except prison, happened within about 18 months. It was just that quick.
And it's crazy because you know we can't give everything away. By the way, the link will be in the description and the first pinned comment. Y'all got to go get this book. You can read this book in one day, like for real. Is that good? Is that good? I got the ebook version, but that's crazy. As I was looking through it, I didn't realize that was that short a time because you were busy. You were busy. So this is what I want to ask you. You know, in the Black community, a lot of us deal with these like molesters and like perverts in our family that don't nobody want to talk about.
Yeah.
Do you think that your cousin molesting you, do you think that led you to being like just sleeping with a bunch of women later?
Of course, that didn't hit me till I got to prison. You know what I'm saying? When I'm sitting in prison, I'm sitting here, I ended up, because people, when I talk about it, I say I slept with almost 100 women by the time I was 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? And when I counted it, I was at like 94. And I started having sex, I think around age 14 or 15. And then I was on my way to prison by the time I was going on 18, 19 years old. So between them little times that I was getting out, I slept with almost 100 women. So, and I found that out because all that time I was having while I was fighting this case, I wrote down all the names. So that's how I knew it was. I wrote down every name. And so my cousin, when this girl, you know what I'm saying, when this happened, I'm gonna give you this little quick other story, man. This girl, you know what I'm saying, she was close family. I'm talking about like, these are my people. I go to my auntie house with her mama all the time. They come to our house all the time. Like that.
So this is your first cousin?
Yeah, this is my second. My mama's first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So these people close to us, they come to the house all the time. And when she come to babysit, the whole time, we probably didn't even know. She'd been kind of waiting for a moment. You know what I'm saying? So by the time my brother asked her, I think it was some cereal. She sent them in there to fix the cereal, tell me to go in the room to clean up. It really wasn't even nothing to clean up. Because I remember like yesterday when I walked in there, like, okay, what you want me to do? And she kind of closed the door. Next thing I know, and I'm a transparent dude. Next thing I know, I'm standing in between her. She jacking me off. She pulled down her pants, stick me in. You know what I'm saying? At that moment, it was out in the spiritual realm to me. That spirit had been transferred just that quick. So every time I would get around her, I would roll over the top of her when I go to her house, trying to get her to do it again. She never did it again though. But that moment, that was enough. I had another cousin who stayed up the street, which you'll read in the book. That we got real close, which later on we did. But I only mentioned 3 incidents of sleeping with my cousins in the book. It was more than that though. But see, when I look at it now, I'm like, it's almost like a junkie who was chasing the highway the first time they got high. Once she did that to me, I'm just trying to stick my pig in whatever. I want to feel that again. You know what I'm saying? Which me was the only vice I really had. I never smoked, never drank, never popped pills, never smoked weed. To this day, never. I've been sober my entire life. I have never.
Wow.
I have never even tried weed, never popped a pill, never nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. I was just chasing that, you know. So yeah, it had a big effect on me. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember looking at that TikTok and I was like, damn, that's messed up. But then we hear that story so much. But it's so crazy to hear you say, like, man, I didn't want alcohol, weed, like none of that. Like you just wanted a nut. Like that was your that's it. Damn, okay. So let's fast forward. So now you get sentenced, you go into prison, right?
Yeah.
Did you know you were going to be in the same prison as your father, or how did that happen?
No, we didn't have no clue. You know, by the time I caught the case, you know what I'm saying? Of course, me and my dad were corresponding, you know, we were right. You know, it was kind of throughout there. It was like, man, you know, I'm going to do what I can to get you moved where I am. Because with him having that big feet, he was also being gone that long. He was close to the staff, the warden, the assistant warden, the counselors, the chaplains. So his word went a long way too. So for him to be able to be like, hey, look, you know, my son, such, you know, that was something that he was going to try, but we didn't know if it was actually going to work or not, because while I'm fighting my case, my brother catch the dope case and go to prison before me. And just so happened, they get my brother moved to the prison where he at before I even took my time. So we was like, it was a toss up like, oh, you know, is he going to be able to get me there or not? Or am I going to have to wait to my brother get out before he could move me there. But, you know, it was a conversation that, you know, but we didn't know if he was actually going to be able to do it, which he ended up putting it off. Yeah.
He ended up pulling it off, which is something that I didn't even know could be done. Cause I'm like, damn, you got to really, really have pull to be able to do that. And so tell us some of the funny stories, man, because you share it on TikTok, but you know, but everybody's not on TikTok. So I got to know, like, tell us about like that very first day when you saw him, what that was like.
Now, the very first, I will be straight up with the very first day I saw him, I really wanted to go get it out the way and go and join one good time.
What?
It was a bit, listen, it was a bittersweet moment, but at the same time, like, man, this dude really responsible for me being here, you know, because he gave my brother his plug, he gave me my plug, he done made me want to be the folks. I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? I felt like he was more responsible for me being here than anything. So by the time I seen him, I was like, yeah, that's Pops, it's cool and all, but I'm finna go on to do him. I'm finna go on. But this was crazy. When I finally get to the prison where he at, I didn't get to go where he was at right off the bat because he had already got into some trouble. He was in the hole by the time I got on the compound because he got busted with some pounds of tobacco in the area where he worked at in the kitchen. So I'm sitting in my cell one day. This is how I end up seeing him for the first time in the same unit this week. I'm sitting in the cell. And all of a sudden, the folks running my cell, hey, Joe T, man, your daddy got out the hole, man. He walking in the unit right now. When they told me that, I'm like, this is real. Like, I'm finna really see this dude we finna see each other. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we've been talking on the cell phone when I was on close knit, but we ain't actually got to see each other. And when they told me, it was a surreal moment. You know, I get up out the bunk, I open the door, and when I open the door, he literally just a couple of feet away from me. He's strolling in his buggy from the hole, and all the folks is with him. So again, it looked like a big pen moment. Then I opened the door like boom. You know what I'm saying? And I had already been working out, so I'm kind of chilling. I got the shirt up, I opened the door. You know, what's up, my guy? He said, what's up, boy? You know what I'm saying? So I walk back, you know, I'm keeping my cool. I walk up on him, embrace him, you know what I'm saying, gave him a hug. He pushed me, he's like, boy, you straight? You straight? I push it back, you know what I'm saying? We kind of play around for a little minute. We go in the cell, you know what I'm saying? He put all this stuff up, and I'm watching him as he putting his stuff up. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, yeah, he a little institutionalized. Because he was stacking everything so perfect. You could tell he was putting his cell back together the same way it was before he went to the hole. Got everything got to be a certain way. He done laid the rug out on the floor, and I kicked the rug. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you? He was like, boy, what you doing? I said, man, dude, you don't live, dude. You need to chill. He was like, man, but like that was our first moment, and then my brother was at that prison. My brother was down on what they call the bottom of the hill, though. He had went home. So we was trying to get him moved up where we was at. So by the time the next few days, we started going to work with my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Where he worked at, he told his boss about us. You know what I'm saying? So I walk down there with him, and then my brother come up from the low end. So one day we sitting in there. We all sitting down talking. Christmas is coming up. You know what I'm saying? My daughter wanted a little laptop. So I'm telling him about the laptop and how much it's gonna cost because he's shaking the spot. He still got tobacco. He's still selling cell phones. You know what I'm saying? He got dog food and all. But he's still running the company. So I'm telling him, yeah, so Samara, you want a little laptop for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna run about $500. But this girl my daddy had been going with for a long time, you know what I'm saying? She had a little girl. My daddy busts out and say, okay, let me check and see what the little girl, his gal daughter name was Shamari, which is close to my daughter name, Samari. He said, let me check with her and see what Shamari get first. As soon as he said that, look, I was already waiting for a moment to punch on you anyway. As soon as he said, let me see what Shamari need first. I raised up out of shit, man, what you just say? he was like, man, hold on, what's wrong with you? And I ain't gonna lie, I get disrespectful. I called a little girl out her name, called a mom out her name. Man, forget that. They were like, hold on, don't be get disrespectful. What you mean don't get disrespectful, man? That woman ain't been here. That little girl ain't your little girl. I'm telling you, your grandbaby, your first grandbaby, your only grandbaby, asking for a laptop. You talking about let me check and see what somebody else needs first. Man, you tripping, man. And by this time, my brother done stood up, but my brother standing like right next to him. So my daddy back up and he like, man, I guess he thought we were finna jump, which that's what I wanted to do anyway. He's like, what y'all trying to do? What y'all trying to do? And my brother reached and put his arm on his shoulder. He wasn't trying to, my daddy slang his arm, he like, man, get up on me. Like he want to fight. Man, hold up, homie, don't be putting your hands on my brother like this.
Oh my God.
So we all kind of had a heart to heart. That was right then and there, you know what I'm saying? About, you know, regardless of what you got going on, me and my brother feel some type of way about all whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? So we got a clear-cut understanding right off the bat. And then they did end up moving my daddy to the prison, moving my daddy to another prison because of the tobacco situation. That's where I end up moving my brother up on the top of the hill with me and moved him in the cell with me. My daddy left the boom box. You know what I'm saying? They grandfather, you can't order him no more, but he had the big boom box. You know what I'm saying? So we used to be in there, listen to the radio all the time, bumping that old Jeezy. And at this time, I done started making a move. I got a girl bringing me stuff here, you know what I'm saying, from the outside to the visitation gallery. You know what I'm saying? My brother decides he want to blast the radio. He bumping it. I want old school shit. It's the drop top Porsches. Man, I'm like, hold on, bro. You got to turn that down. It's camp time. I got heroin in here. I got a cell phone in here, tobacco in here, MP3 player in here. He finna go home in about 60 days. He talking about, no, bro, I'm gonna listen to the radio. So I get up. I grab the radio, unplug it, slam it under the bed. Because at this point, I'm kind of hot in here. I'm mad at everybody at this point. For what I got to tell you, I hit a lick for $125,000, gave my brother 60 grand out of it. He was always still treating me like the little brother. I'd been in shootouts about you. I'd have had to smack folks and go get your money because you was such a coward. You ain't want to go get you. And now we in the cell and you finna go home in 60 days. I'm telling you, I got heroin, weed, tobacco. I got all of this stuff in here. You act like you don't care. You ain't finna take no charge. Man, I'm finna beat you up in here. I'm ready to beat somebody up anyway. I slammed the radio under the bed and he jump up. He's like, man, bro, you ain't talking about nothing. And at that point, I'm looking at him, he looking at me, we looking at each other. I said, you know what? I said, man, you grab that radio, man. It's on Granddad. I'm gonna beat you up in here. I said, matter of fact, soon as they pop the door, I'm gonna go get folk them. We're gonna get a one-on-one in here. Whoever lose, getting out the cell. And he was like, man, he looked at me kind of weird. He was like, man, bro, you tripping. He was like, you don't do all that? I said, yeah. I said, man, you got 60, you don't care nothing about these folks running here and I catch a heroin case. It's gonna add to my charge. And then he sit down on the bed. Then he stood back up and kind of jumped. He was like, man, what's up? I stepped back in the cell. I said, man, don't even do that, bro. Don't even do that. Because how I'm feeling right now, please don't do that. Man, that man charged towards me. Come here. He had dreads at the time. Both of us had dreads. Man, I wrapped my hand up, put my foot on. At one point, I'm talking about I had my foot on his neck. I wouldn't even let him breathe. I left my foot up, let him gag, put my foot right back on there before he could even get his breath out. Man, and I wrapped my hands in the dread. I'm smacking him in his face, let him up. But at the time, I'm not even realizing how far I done really went. I done busted his lip, busted his nose, everything. And the police done walked back because it was count time and seen what was going on, but he didn't say nothing. He just went and called for backup. So while my brother washing his face up, they come in the cell, rush in. Hey, get on the wall, get on the wall. Like, man, what's going on? They charged me with assault because they seen what was going on because I had him on the ground. And they took us to the hole. And when we went to the hole, my brother in the next door in the cell next to me, and I was like, man, you can't even come back to the compound. I'm checking you in. You got to go to PC. This is what I'm telling my blood brother. Same mama, same daddy. But this is the prison mentality I already kind of adapted. I'm telling him, man, you can't even come back to the compound, home. Because them folks, if they go in the cell and find that, I'm finna catch another charge, all because you didn't want to turn the radio off. Man, you can't, man, you going to PC, homie, it's over with. And the only thing my brother kept saying was, man, bro, you tripping. He didn't say nothing else. He just kept saying, man, bro, You tripping. I think he was trying to get me to see, but I'm trying to get you to see.
Right, right.
Me as well. You know what I'm saying? So
and all this started because you just asked him to turn the radio off.
you turn the radio off. Turn the radio off. Turn the radio off. But then they ended up, you know, they didn't charge me with assault. They were trying to get him to, they just hit me with a I can't remember what it was. Whatever it was, I ended up doing like 10 days in the hole. The folk, GD them, they went in and got the stuff out of the cell. They didn't even search the cell. They just packed it up, sent it to the hole. So I just had them, and I was hiding it in the mat at the time. We unglue the mat, stick it in the mat, glue it back in. That way it don't look like the mat been open up. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So they got all my stuff, and I ain't end up. But yeah, that's the beginning of me, my dad in prison, and my brother being in the cell with me.
Damn, and you beat the dog shit out your brother. Shit, God, I'm just imagining like walking past that, like, nope, none of my business. Like, like fuck that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let me ask you something. I always wondered this. When you in the pen, how do y'all be finding like women on the outside? Like, how do y'all be getting girlfriends on the outside?
Yeah, it's easier now because cell phones. You know.
Right.
Once you get that cell phone, you get access to social media. What's crazy, women are very intrigued when they see inmates in correctional outfits. If you go through these TikToks and see these dudes in prison, their views are off the roof. You know what I'm saying? Women, they see men in jail. For some reason, men in jail conversation is different to women. You know, you can pay closer attention. You got all of this time. But yeah, when you got that cell phone in there, by the time you come home, you talking to one of your cousins and one of her homegirls on there, and you, man, let me talk to your homegirl. Boom, you start talking to her, you know. And then of course, they still got the chat line. A lot of people don't know, but they still got chat lines.
Yeah.
You know, don't listen, it may be on the chat line all day long. They on the chat line. But yeah. And then I'll tell you another thing. I don't want to promote them because don't damn want us on it, but POL, Plenty of Fish, all the inmates on there.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah, they find whoever they want to find on Plenty of Fish. But yeah, that's how though. You got access to their cell phone, you got access to the work.
And that's what I always wonder, because I'm just like, it's I got another homie that's locked up in Virginia, and you know, he got sentenced to like 300 years. He got a crazy story.
Yeah.
But even like when he reached out to me, he was like, yeah, man, we love you in here. I'm like, how the fuck do y'all watch me on YouTube in prison? Yeah. That phone don't thing keeping a lot of inmates alive in there, man. I'm telling you, man, you lose that, you lose a phone in there. They come in. The first time I got caught with a cell phone in that list, I thought I was gonna die. They took my lifeline, man. And then what's so crazy about it? It was a girl. I was in an entanglement with three women. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the one girl I'm talking to. Come to find out, I started talking to the girl her brother go with, and then the girl her brother go with her brother supposed to be cheating with this girl, and I ended up talking to all three of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm ended up talking to all three of them, and I'm kind of turning them all against each other. I ended up getting one of them fired from the job. The two of them worked together. You know what I'm saying? It's a long story, but they found out that I was playing puppet master. You know, all of them sending me money. All of them wrapping up dope packages from me. This person going to get it. They not knowing it. They dropping it off to another person who wrapping it up. This person dropping it off to the next person who bringing it. And this person driving another person up here to bring it to. I got a whole little traffic going on. And just so happened, man, they get to argue. The brother get to argue with one of them. And then next thing you know, somehow my name came up. Somebody went through somebody's phone and it was like, boom, he the one doing everything, man. I was sitting, waiting on her to come to visit, and she was lying to me the whole time. She was just keeping me on the phone long enough to send the police in because they felt like the best revenge to me was getting caught with the phone. Damn.
I'm sitting there on the phone, man, police open the door. They said, put your hands up, put your hands up. I was like, man, what's going on? They said, whoever you on the phone with right now, they just told us you got a phone in here. Like, who? They was like, whoever you talking to, whoever that girl you on the phone with, they just called us and told us you in here on the cell phone. And they called me with the phone. When they walked out of their cell, man, listen, my heart was broken. I didn't know how I was gonna survive. That was my lifeline.
Damn, yeah, because I'm just like, you know, if you had a cell phone, then you ain't gotta have like that awkward going to like the pay phones that they have in there, you know. And tell us a little bit about the payphone etiquette. Like, how do you use the phone in jail?
We call it the blue box. We call it the blue box.
Tell about the blue box.
See, by the time I got there, cell phones was such a big thing. Oh, you can go to the blue box anytime. There ain't too many people on them because everybody's sitting in the cell on the phone, or they know somebody who got a phone. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes depending on where you at, it could be a little line for the phone. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait somebody else. But a lot of times, dudes don't care nothing about you trying to get next on the phone. They gonna hang up and get right back on it. I done seen plenty of fights pop off about that. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes will be on the phone, get off, know somebody been waiting 30 minutes because it's a 30-minute call. They'll hang up, get right back on it, and dial and call their people back. And then you like, man, hold on, man, I need to use the phone. Man, I'm finna call my people back. You're gonna have to wait till another phone. They say, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that blue box, you know, that ain't my daddy use it, you know what I'm saying? That's how me and him talk on the phone all the time. But then now and then it's a line. My uncle use it, he won't use no cell phone. And he'll tell me now and then, man, I gotta call you back in 30 minutes if somebody is waiting behind me. But yeah.
Damn. Okay. I always wondered that. And you know what? While we talking about that, man, I want to make sure we hit on this point. Can you please tell us how you ended up fucking a correctional officer?
Listen, man. Listen. Believe it or not, to me it was an accident. Listen, I was just playing around with the game. By the time I done escaped out of jail, when they called me, they put what they call emergency transfer on me to hold me in prison. I was in prison and wasn't even supposed to be. They call it Sebi-Keto, you know what I'm saying? Because there's no jail in the 19th district in Tennessee want to hold me because of the escape situation. So they sent me to this prison. And when they sent me there, I done been all over the news. I'm kind of a high profile case. I got this escape charge. I've been on the news, and I was on the news for the special aggravated robbery, special aggravated kidnapping, first degree premeditated murder. So as soon as I walk into prison, all the officers, you could tell when it's almost like I was a Ted Bundy type of case, like, oh, there you go. So when I came in, I got the officer on the right, officer on the left, officer behind me. I'm in handcuffs. I got shackles on my feet. I'm in an all-white uniform. And for some reason, when the women see that, that little thing gets to thumping. For some reason, they intrigued by that. And you can tell when you walk in. So they kind of wave their head, and then they looking like, I don't know if he crazy, but they toxic though. That's the truth. They toxic. Them female officers walking in there, that's what they going. They going to work just for that. They looking for inmates. That's the club to them. The penitentiary is the club to them COs. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm getting out the shower one day, Storm. I'm getting out the shower. You know what I'm saying? I got my little, I wouldn't let them take the grill out of my mouth. So I still got the little bottom grill. You know what I'm saying? I done gained a little weight. I'm off the street. I come out the shower, officer on the right, officer on the left, officer behind me. And the woman CO was kind of standing off. And it's the first time I seen her. So I look over at her, she look at me, I'm looking at her, we looking at each other. I said, man, what's up? What's up with you? She said, boy, go on to your cell. What you got, life? I said, man, I ain't got life. So when they put me in the cell, they locked the door, take the handcuffs out of her. She walked straight over there. We start having a conversation. I tell her, I'll go check the computer. Go check the computer and see. While I'm out on the rec yard with this dude who got a famous case, Lawrence McKinney. Y'all go look him up. This dude had a rape case. He had a rape case. He told me protection. I didn't believe. But the first conversation, I'm gonna get back to the first conversation I had with somebody in prison. This man told me, if you didn't do it, man, you need to tell. He said, man, I'm going on 30 years tomorrow. When tomorrow I'll be 30 years. He said, I done stabbed people, I done been stabbed, I done been mattress cured, I done been closed. He go through all of this stuff he done did. Then the man ended with, I done slept with boys in here and anything. I backed up. What? It's the first conversation I had with somebody in prison. You know what I'm saying? So while we having this conversation, she come out on the rec yard. She said, Baker, 41, 41, 46. That's the penitentiary number. I said, what's up? She said, no, you ain't got no sentence yet. I see they hold you here on safekeeping. You a little escape artist. You a little Houdini or whatever she said. And then she said, I'll check your books too. You know, I can hear her, but I can't see her. She said, I'll check your books too. You got a little money on your books. In my head, that was lingo for on the streets. Oh, that's what you into. That's what you into. You don't want to check the books. You feel like, you know what I'm saying? I got a little status. I done got into some real trouble. I got a escape charge. I got a murder charge. He got some money on his books. I was gonna be her little penitentiary boyfriend.
Wow.
That's what was going on. So look, a couple of days or whatever, them past, they done moved me upstairs. She come to the door one day because I had to go to court. I was going back and forth to court on the murder case. You know what I'm saying? I'm laying in the bed, long johns on. She knock on the door. 41, 41, 46, Baker. She said, get up, you got to go to court. So I jump up. When I jump up out the bed, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I got that morning wood. I'm finna stretch in front of anything. I'm finna let her see this speed. That's what so I get up. True story, but I get up. I make sure my body turned towards her. I'm stretching. She's standing in the door. I know she looking. I walk up to the door. Man, what's up? She said, you got to go to court. I said, man, what's up with you? I'm still trying to talk to her. She said, boy, what? I said, man, you know I'm getting out today. She said, for real? She done slid my bags under the door for me to pack my stuff. I said, man, let me get your number. I'm just playing at this moment. She was like, you finna get out for real. She walk off, write the number down, come back, slide me the number. I'm thinking, I'm knowing I'm not finna get out. I'm not finna get out. they finna continue this case. I go to court, come back. When I'm walking in, she's still there. She's like, dang, what happened? I thought you were getting out. Man, they continue. Officer on the right, officer on the left, officer behind me. I'm in handcuffs and shackles. They escort me like I'm Hannibal Lecter. But I can tell she had a little smirk on her face when she see me walk through the door. She like that. I thought she was getting out. I'm looking at her. She looking at me. We're looking at each other. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm finna get her. They take me to the cell, lock the door, boom, boom, take the handcuff shackles off. She come over there. She was like, so when you gotta go back to court? I don't know, I don't know yet. My lawyer gonna let me know, whatever. After she say, you know, I'm working tonight. I gotta come back in. I'm coming back in on third shift. She was like, they gonna have me in this unit. She said, I'm gonna holler at you when I get here. Still, it ain't crossed my mind, Storm, that I'm finna smash, that I'm finna try to smash. I ain't thinking nothing about none of that. I'm just thinking she gonna come talk to me on the door, kick with me for a little second. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on maximum security. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way this woman finna come in my cell on maximum security. My door, it's another door right across from me. It's a whole flight of inmates right across from me. If they look out their window, they can see inside of my cell. I can see in theirs. You know what I'm saying? So when she come in that night, she come through, did a count, boom, came over and talked to me. We sitting here talking. I'm watching. I got my little list of shows that I watch. NCSI, CIS, Criminal Minds, all of that. The last one is Monk. I'm gonna go to sleep. It's over. So this gal, she come over, we talking, boom, boom, boom. She getting ready to walk off. She like, I'm come back. I said, hey, come here real quick. Come here. She said, what's up? I said, man, come on in real quick. She said, you trying to get you some, man. I said, yeah. I'm playing though, Storm. I'm playing. I said, yeah, come on in. Man, she reached for them keys and stuck it in the door. I said, hold on real quick. Hold on. She was like, what is it? What's it? I said, let me finish watching my show real quick. I'm gonna finish. I was scared, though. I was scared. I said, hold on. I said, wait till Mom go off. She said, Mom. I said, yeah, it's gonna go off in about 30 minutes. I said, let me finish watching my show. Just come back. She said, boy, you crazy. She took the key out. Boom. Walked off. Soon as she walked off, I thought to myself, man, she's gonna come in my cell for real. I said, man, listen. I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm certified in here if I do that. You know what I'm saying? I am certified forever if that happens. So I clean the cell up like I'm on the street. I clean the cell up, wipe the walls down with that Dial soap, pull my mat out, made my bed, laid it in the middle of the floor. I'll put my fresh, icy white uniform on. I'm just standing in the back of the cell. She walk over there. She talking about, you ready? I'm standing in the back of the cell. I just said, yeah, I'm ready. But I'm thinking all kind of stuff. What if I get caught? What if she say I raped her? What if I say she raped me? Could I swim, get out of the cage? I'm thinking all kind of crazy stuff, but at the same time, I'm gonna see if my boys can swim. She put that key in the door, unlocked the latch. Man, when the door opened, I was like, she dead serious. Man, she stepped in the cell. She put the little latch down and pulled the door where it wouldn't close. And it's another CO who watching out for us. So they've been freaking like this. They've been freaking and watching out for us. This what's going on. They've been freaking on the inmates. So she done closed, boom. She come in. I still ain't made no move. I'm in the back of the cell. I'm trying to see what's really going on. And she was like, well, we ain't got all night. You need to come on. While she's saying that though, she taking the belt off, the unit. She said, oh, she ain't playing. She get down on the mat, all fours. She get down, pull the uniform pants down to her knee. I'm talking about and look straight back at me. She said, boy, come on. Who you talking to? It's over with. But while it's going on though, I wasn't even really, I enjoyed it, but I still didn't because it's so many thoughts going on in my head. Yeah, I got a murder case, you know what I'm saying? All of this is going on, and I got the police in my cell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally.
I literally got the police down here on the Bob Barker mat. You know what I'm saying? The green Bob Barker mat. You know what I'm saying? The mat the same color as your background, so she down on the green Bob Barker mat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm disrespectful. Listen. So by the time I'm getting ready to get there, I said, what you want me to do? You want me to say, I don't care. You don't care.
You don't care.
I'm facing life in prison. It's over. It's over. Boom, I get up. But check this out. She get up, put her clothes on. Well, I guess she go wash up whatever she did. I wash up. I'm in the cell. I got a celebratory dance. I'm in here. Listen. Well, I just smashed the police. What's wrong with you? I tried to wake my homeboy up next door, 2-11. He sleep. She walked back to the cell. Hey, I'm finna get her to watch out for us again. We finna go round 2. Who?
Whoa.
Listen, this is what she say, though, Storm. I'm talking about these her exact words. The girl say, I'm gonna come in. We finna do everything this time. We got time. We finna get butt naked. We gonna do this. I'm finna give you some. I said, no, I'm finna go to bed. I'm finna go to sleep. I was scared again. Now I'm finna go to sleep. This happened on the accident I was just playing when I told you come in here the first time. Now you talking about you finna come back in here? I'm spooked. I'm finna lay down. She was like, you for real? Yeah, I'm finna lay down. I went on the yard the next day. I'm talking about told the whole Rick y'all, hey, y'all know what? Man, get back fast. Oh, they wouldn't have told her. They tried to extort her. That's what happened. They try to make her feel like they had one up on her. I already know you've been up there smashing the homeboy Joe T. You don't give me something on the cell.
Damn.
Oh, look. She fly down to the cell. Damn, oh, so you trying to get me fired? That's what you talking about. She said, who you tell? I said, I ain't told nobody who you told. You told your homegirl must be telling people that was up here watching for you. You know what I'm saying? But I blew that. You know what I'm saying? She used to bring me food and candy and give me, you know what I'm saying? The inmates would be giving her stuff. She'll bring it to me, but she ain't never come back again after that. But yeah, that's how that happened.
Damn, that is hilarious. You literally got that stuff off an accident, and I'm right there with you. I just shot her club up too. Like, who cares? Like
for real, man. Why not?
Damn. Okay, so I wanted to switch gears a little bit because I want you to tell us about some funny mishaps that happened while you were in. So I guess my first question is, number one, when you go into a prison, if you get basically challenged to a fight, do you have to fight?
You got to fight.
You got to fight.
You got to fight. It's either that or you get punked the rest of the time in it. You know what I'm saying? I got my first prison fight was really, you know what I'm saying? I got called out. I wasn't even expecting it. We out here playing ball, hooping, and you know what I'm saying? I'm GD at the time. The dude who guarded me, he was a rolling 60 crib. You know what I'm saying? And you know, We in the penitentiary, we talking crazy to each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out there, boom. You know what I'm saying? Go to the hold on, look what they smack the glass. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking crazy. So, but dude talking back too. You know what I'm saying? But one of the Crips, one of the homeboys who was playing with us, I guess he didn't like how I was talking to him. So he get in the business. Man, you ain't gonna keep talking to the homeboy like that. You know what I'm saying? What the Chris was saying, he decided he want to get in the wax. But when he said it, we out on the rec yard, it's summertime, everybody out, all the G's out here, all the Crips out here, all the Aryan Nations out here, all the Vice Lords out here, everybody out here. So when he say what he say, you know, the yard kind of, it gets tense real quick, especially when there's two people that's affiliated. So as soon as he, man, you ain't gonna keep talking to the homeboy like that. As soon as he get aggressive like that, oh, everybody turn around and watch, boom, boom, boom. And I noticed it quick. You gotta, I said, oh man, this boy done. So, man, you ain't talking about nothing, homie. You ain't talking about, I'm still playing ball though. And then he decided to say, man, when we get back in, we gonna get him up. He talking about fight. He say this in front of the whole yard.
Damn.
Man, we gonna get him up as soon as we go back in. Man, I look at the G's looking at me, we all looking at each other. I knew I had to respond fast. I said, man, listen. I said, oh, we ain't got to wait. No, we ain't waiting. I said, we're gonna do it right now. But my heart like this. This is my first penitentiary fight. Not only that, it's in front of a sellout crowd. I'm telling you, it probably was 600 people out here. Damn. And then I got people from my hometown out here too. If I lose this fight, they call it home, man, Boo done got beat up. You know, all this going through your head. So they take us to the side. They got the officer distracted all the way on the other end. The G's take me over to the side. The Crips take him over to the side. You got to assume the pat down. They pat you down. Make sure you ain't got no knife or nothing on you. You can stab each other. They pat me down. Boom, boom. And at the same time, I'm thinking, man, I'm going to beat this dude senseless out here. So as soon as they get through patting us down, he started talking. Man, the talking is over with. So, I think I done got it though. Listen, so I'm thinking, oh yeah, I done hit him with that 2-3 piece. It's over. He bounced back quick. I said, oh, he fight back. He can fight. But look, so during the fight at one time, I kind of back up and I was talking to him because I felt like he really couldn't fight at the same time. He was great. He was decent. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, go and swing. And while I was saying swing, the folks was like, man, Joe T, what is you talking about, bro? Swing. What you trying to let him hit you? I said, man, dude ain't nothing, man. He can't fight. And by the time I say that, he swing and move. I move over. When I swung and hit him with the right, I hit him over the top of his, right here towards his temple.
Damn.
And straight him open. Blood gushed out. When the blood gushed out, all the Crips, they run. I thought a ride was finna pop off. The Crips run over, hey, cuz. And then the G's, they done, hey. I'm thinking, oh, man, here we go. So they grabbed the Crip. The G's grabbed me. They like, man, it's over, man. It's over. Joe T done knocked it out here. So at this point, I feel a little relief. So you know how you do. I just get to talking crazy. Man, that sucker, man. I just go, man, I told that sucker. You know what I'm saying? They go like, man, it's over. Man, that sucker. I go right back to the basketball court. Start hooping like it wasn't nothing. So we go back in. This when I found out he was real in the penitentiary too. We go back to the cell. All the G's in my cell, they fixing me a meal because I done beat up a Crip in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, you know, put it down for the G's. They making burritos, they making pizzas and everything. I was like, oh, this what's up. The Crips come over to my cell about 30, 60 deep. Hey, where's Joe T at?
Oh,
the G's open the door. I'm sitting down chilling. I can see it though. I got about 15 G's around me. I'm talking about they had to be about 30, 40 deep. They was like, man, Cuz said he want his one-on-one again. He said he feel like Joe T got the best of him. The G's.
But he lost. What did he need to go against him? He lost.
The G said, this one I said, I do it for real. The G said, he gonna have to chalk that up as a loss. He said, y'all want to do anything else about that? We're gonna pull them knives out. And they up the knife. I was thinking, hold on, what you mean we up in the knife? Listen, I'll fight them again before we start a war. I start sticking on people. That's what I'm thinking. But I ain't saying nothing. I'm just sitting back in the cell like, yeah, whatever y'all want to do, you won't get stabbed right here. But I'm thinking to myself, man, I ain't trying to. These folks is crazy. These folks is talking about stabbing people, man. They was like, nah, we ain't doing no more fighting. Joe T, that's over with. He got to chalk that up as off. Y'all want to do something else, we're going to pull the knives out. And the Crips was like, man, they said they respected it, you know what I'm saying? And they walked out. But that was the first little fight I got into. And then I kind of beat up this dude who was a junkie. It really wasn't nothing. I don't even count it because he stole a Suboxone strip from me. You know what I'm saying? I roughed him up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Tossed him around in the cell. But I had a mishap one time, man. I thought this dude was I thought one of my sellers was finna try to give me some head in the cell one time, Storm.
Wait a minute. Was that the blind dude?
No. This blind dude, I was probably about eight and a half years in my sentence. I was getting ready to come home with blind. This prison right here was a little bit after my brother went home. Okay. I had one of the folks, and he was going to VG, you know what I'm saying? He bringing the bomb back. He putting the bomb in his butt. But he ended up, doing something he ain't had no business doing. He figured he was gonna go up here and because the girl that I got that I'm paying to bring it while she up there, he figured he gonna pick something else up for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But one of the guys seen it and came and told me. So by the time he get back, you know, he put the little violation up so he can poop out, you know what I'm saying, the same.
Right.
I'm listening for two because they done told me you done something you had no business doing. So I hear the water hit the toilet. I'm thinking, oh, okay, there go my bomb right there. Then I heard it again. As soon as I heard he wiped it off, as soon as I knew he was drenched, I slapped the ballot. Hey, home. Quit playing with me. He said, man, what's going on, Joe T? What you mean? I said, what that other second? What that other second? Man, I ain't got nothing but yours. I said, man, I just heard 2 bombs hit their toilets, man. Where that other sack at, home? Let me get that. Make a long story short, he had went up there and got something for a crib.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was a half ounce of cocaine. They was gonna get him 3 grams out of it. I end up with 3 grams. You ain't doing that. That's over with. I end up with 3 grams. I don't pay him nothing out of my pay because of what he did. And he can't say nothing because he can't tell the folks. He is up here sticking stuff in the middle of his body. He can't do it. He in a lose-lose situation. So check this out, Storm. I'm sitting in the cell. I'm on the phone talking, you know what I'm saying, to my gal. He keep begging me for a little piece of gum. Man, I ain't giving you nothing. I said, I give you a piece of this grain. I give him some hard. Here, take his hard. He crushed the hard up, trying to make it powder and snort it. Man, that ain't gonna work. It's burning his nose. He get up. He's standing in front of me, Storm. I'm on the phone with my gal. He get down on his knees, and he put his hands, listen, Storm, true story. He put his hands on my knees. He look up at me. I'm already ready to choke him out. He look up, he said, man, Joe T, man, please, I'll do anything. Man,
wow.
Listen, hey, Storm, true. I take the phone. I threw the phone on the bed. Grabbed it. I said, what you mean you don't do anything, man? Man, it wasn't nothing like that, Joe T, man. I said, man, if you ever, man, what you mean you will do anything in here, man? You finna get hurt in here. You need to get up in that bunk and go to sleep. I lay down, grabbed the phone. I picked her, I said, babe. She laughed. She said, what did he say, man? I said, man, quit playing with me. You know what he said. She said, did he say he'll do anything? What do you mean? That man, he finna get hurt in him. But that was I had a couple of mishaps at that prison. I got put in the violation one time with the folks, which was I had got put in a couple of violations, you know what I'm saying? That's where you basically gotta let some people punch on you and you can't punch on the back. And that's you got hands-on violation, then you got a hands-off. You got one where you can fight back. You know what I'm saying? But the one where I could fight back, I had a 6-minute, what they call a no cover. That's where you can fight back. But it was his dude. At this round time, I had lost my cell phone. And I had introduced this dude to the cell phone. He had just got there. Long story short, I ended up getting a cell phone, told him I was splitting it with him, telling him that it cost $1,000 when really it was $500. Told him, give me his half. I'm gonna go get the phone. He gave me $500. He paid for the whole phone. You know what I'm saying? But we going every other night with the phone. I get into it with my girl one night. Listen, once you get into it with your girl, you got to stay on the phone with her all day for the next whatever time. So I didn't let him use the phone. I kept walking by and said, he like, man, what's up, Joe T? I said, man, it's over with. He said, what that mean? I said, it's over. It's my phone now. We can't even go back. I need to be on the phone with my girl. We beefing right now. She went and got some pig from Johnny. I got to be on the phone with her all night. It's over with.
Damn.
But look, he go and tell the folks, make a long story short, I ended up getting in trouble for doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I had to fight 3 people at one time. Really 4. You got 3 people you fighting for 6 minutes, one person rotating for when one of them get tired. Man,
Damn.
they literally about killed me in the cell. You know what I'm saying? We fighting. I'm thinking, at this time working out, I'm thinking I can fight all these dudes. They got to match you up with people that's your size. And I felt like these dudes weren't really cut like that, but come to find out there, man, by the time he hollered, time, I'm fighting. I come up, try to fight, swing a little bit. And one of the dudes, when I come up, the dude on the left side of me, he catch me in the temple. So when he catch me in the temple, he kind of knocked me out. And when that happened, man, I'm telling you, them dudes, face shots, body shots, all of that. They about killed me in the cell, man. Fought for 6 minutes straight. No stopping, no nothing. And that was, ooh. Prison ain't no joke. Let me tell you that. Prison ain't no joke, man.
It ain't no joke, man. And but you know what though? I forgot who I heard say. I think D.L. Hughley. He said, "Well, once I took the ass whooping, I know I could take an ass whooping. Like nothing scared him after that." But I'm just in my mind like that's the longest 6 minutes of your life.
Man, what? It felt like it wasn't gonna never be over.
Damn.
It felt like it wasn't gonna never be over. Yeah.
Damn. Well, okay, you know what? I want to leave some of these. I want to make sure that they go and get your book, brother. And I want to leave some of the stories for that because your book is off the chain. Before we go, though, I want to ask you, have you ever tried to get on the Breakfast Club?
You know, I just recently it's probably been about 3-4 weeks ago, somebody told me to, try to get so many people to tag Charlamagne the God, you know what I'm saying? And I just did a little post on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I probably had over 500-600 people to go and tag them, but they ain't never respond, man. A lot of them, and there ain't no disrespect to the Breakfast Club, but they, you know what I'm saying, they platforms or nothing like that, but a lot of them dudes, they only respect numbers. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this social media generation we in, it comes to you got to have a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of views before they feel that they bring you that type of attention. I've had several celebrities inbox me, you know what I'm saying, and say they want to do this and say that. Jim Jones, I'm gonna use Jim Jones, but Jim Jones, I had got in one of his comment sections on his post. You know what I'm saying? He ended up DMing me. And he was like, man, hey, bro, he was like, if your story real, he said, man, send me your contact information. I want to talk. I sent him the contact information. I didn't hear right back from him. He say something back one day. I sent him some more information. Never heard from him. You know what I'm saying? Kim Whitley, man, I can go on. It's several celebrities that done him. Jada Kids, I talk to Jada Kids, but they never make the move and do what they saying it is. You know what I'm saying? They never go for it. Now, to me, I think it's got a lot to do with them still probably watching because a lot of them follow me. Sometimes I see them comment on my stuff, and it's like, maybe they must be waiting for it to get to a certain amount. You know what I'm saying?
It's that, and then it's also their managers, because like they can like a person, but then their manager can be like, "But nah, I don't think you need to. Nah, not yet. Yeah,
Because I had it's a lady that reached out to me about 3 months ago, and she was the woman who directed Surviving R. Kelly. She did several series that was being won awards. She connected to the girl, I think her name is Tamara Simmons. They were supposed to sit down and do a Zoom with me. You know what I'm saying? They scheduled a day. We had a 45-minute conversation, went over everything. Can you get in touch with the officer that you slept with, your dad, boom, boom, boom. Like, we went over the whole thing, and then they backed up. I'm like, but that's why I said, man, I really appreciate you, man, because, it's been a lot of, it looked like could be breaks, and then they just bagged. I don't know what it is. I think they scared of the story, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sometimes they scared of the story, and I'm gonna tell you this too. Sometimes you talk to people, or like you find people online like yourself, and you like, this nigga might outshine me on my own show, but that's okay though. But that's okay, because if I bring you on, you're the focus, you know. But some people, they ego and stuff get in the way. So yeah.
I can feel it.
So let us know before we get out here, man. Where can we find you on social media, and where can we get your book?
Well, you go my Instagram is Baker I. It's spelled BAKER and 3 I's. I. My TikTok is JOETB3. I'm gonna repeat that. JOETB and the number 3. And I do most of my lives and stuff like that on my TikTok. If you want to get more out of the story, you'll get that on my TikTok. Facebook, I don't even worry about that. Snapchat, that. But my YouTube is Joe Baker, JOEBAKER, and the link to get my book is jtb3.org. I got a physical copy, which I got the physical copy, and they come sign our autograph. If you want something specific in the book, just be specific about it. Put the order in, I'll do that for you. I got an ebook as well. You order the ebook, it'll go straight to your email, which is on the same website, jtb3.org. I got a merch line with the OK So Boom. It's on my website. And I also have an audio book. If you want to hear me tell the story the way I tell the story.
Oh man.
I do have the audio book. I don't know why some people have a hard time seeing it or finding it on the website, but when you go to the website, jtb3.org, you go to the 3 lines at the top, hit shop, then go to store, and you will see it, the audio version.
Okay, because I got the ebook. Yeah, that audio book is smart, because the way you tell the story, it feels like literally your TikTok is one of my favorites. I'm just like, is this real? I look for a minute because I'm like, this sounds like a movie, but I'm like, no, this is his life, because he got the proof. Like, he's showing you pictures and everything. So
it's real. And I want to say this, so the picture. When I tell the story, I don't know if you've seen on my TikTok, when I still tell the story about when I hit the lick for the $125,000, them are the actual people in the background.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Them the actual people in the background. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them pictures that be in the background, they be the real people. They be the real people.
Look, man, I gotta say, you an open book. You know, you put it out there, and I'm gonna say, man, I wish you all the best. But I'm finna get your t-shirts, and give me like a couple of days to get this interview out, because you are hilarious. Like,
that's what I appreciate that.
Like, I don't know if you thought about doing comedy. I don't know what your plans are, but I'm just telling you, you are funny. So.
I never thought about it. I ain't gonna lie. Never thought about it. Just here recently, a lot of people say, man, I want to see you do it in person. You know what I'm saying? I considered it, but I never thought about that.
Because I'm like, you could even do tours where, like, you talk to kids about, like, how to stay on the right path and stuff.
Yeah.
Get paid to do. It's so many different ways you can go, man.
Right. I need a manager, man. I don't know what else you do, but hey.
You know, man, I wish I had the time to manage somebody, because I could definitely do it. But you said you're on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Okay. How many subs you got on YouTube?
Right now, I think I got like almost 5,000. I think I got like 4,000 or something. I'm almost close to 5,000.
Okay. You just do you be like just talking about your life, or do you talk about like news stories and stuff too?
I be sharing a lot of the stories that I put on my TikTok on there, but I'm getting ready to start doing short skits outside of, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start doing some of the skits to the book, but also just other, because I do storytelling just period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I was getting to. I was waiting to hit that mark to where, you know, it generate, you know what I'm saying, before I actually started really hitting something.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.